Fifth grade math. Hey guys, today we're working on multiplying a whole number and a fraction. I'm on page 267, 268. I'm going to work through odds with you on page 267. So your assignment will be to do evens on page 267, 268. Your IXL assignment, we're still in fractions. You're on L19, subtract mixed numbers with unlike denominators. All right, so we're going to start a new concept. We've worked through the whole adding and subtracting fractions. With those, we have to have a common denominator. Multiplying is not the same. You don't have to worry about that. So, they've given you some examples on page 267, and it says, Marcella had a pizza party on her birthday. Each of the 4 girls at the pizza party ate 3/8 of a pizza. How many pizzas did they eat? So it's saying 4 sets of 3/8. We can add that. That's 4 sets, and I have a common denominator. Or you can multiply it. Now to multiply this, we put a 1 under there because this has the value of 4. The denominator is 1. That's an improper fraction. If you would make that proper, you get 4. With multiplying, we just go straight across. 4 times 3 is 12. 1 times 8 is 8. I'm going to make it proper. 8 can go into 12. 1 time, 4 left over, 4 eighths, 1 and 1/2. Just like we've learned in the class, multiplication is just repeated addition. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 12. When you add the denominator stays the same, and you can see we get the same answer. That's what we're going to be doing. All right, so let's look at number 1. That was the example. Let's look at number 1. And it says 3 times 2/3. Now in the first section, they want you to do the repeated addition. So you put 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3. 3 times 1, 2, 3. 6 over 3 is 2. All right, I had to make that proper. It's an improper fraction. Look at number 3. 3 is 5 times 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. Repeated addition. That's this section of the lesson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fourths. I got to make it proper. 1 and 1/4. All right. Now in the next group, we're going to multiply. That's where we're going to take that whole number and we're going to put a 1 underneath it to give it a denominator. So look at number 5. 5 says 4 over 1. I'm going to give it a fraction. Times 3 over 4. All right? 4 times 3 is 12. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 can go into 12 3 times. All right. The last section is complete the table. Write the answer in the lowest terms, which telling you to reduce. Don't forget that step. All right. So you can do this one of 2 ways. You can do the repeated addition or you can do the multiplication. Our first rule is times 2/8. So 3 times 2/8. 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 8 is 8. I've got to reduce it. These are even numbers, so I've got 3/4. All right. The next one says 6 times 2/8 is 12/8 equals 1 and 4/8 equals 1 and 1/2. The last one is 10 times 2/8 is 20 over 8. 2. 8 can go into 20 2 times. I've got 4 left over, 4/8, 2 1/2. So when you're completing that table, in the first box you have 3/4, second one you have 1/2, and the last box you have 2 1/2. All right, make sure you're reducing. Let's do one more. We're going to multiply each of these by 1/6. So we've got 2 times 1/6, 5 times 1/6, and 8 times 1/6. Put a 1 under each one of these guys, and now I can multiply. I've got 2 6. I've got to reduce it because we're even numbers, so 1/3. I've got 5 6. This one is already in lowest terms. I've got 8 6. 6 can go in there one time. I've got 2 left over, so 1 1/3. In your box, in your box, and in your box. All right? That's your lesson. It's a new concept, guys, but you know your multiplication facts. You just need to remember now we've gone from adding and subtracting fractions that had to have a common denominator, and in multiplication, we don't have that step. We can multiply going straight across. If I've got a whole number, we put a 1 underneath it. All right? Remember your assignment is to do 267, 268. You're going to do the evens. Your IXL assignment is fractions L19. Good luck.